Today I'm going to go over lordosis condition, which is low back pain. First, we're going to inhibit our hip flexors and erector spinae as they are tight muscles with this condition. So I'm going to have my client lie face down on the floor with the foam roller directly underneath his hip flexors. He's going to roll side to side, hitting the right or left hip flexor depending which one is more tender. And once he feels that tender spot, he's going to hold for 30 to 60 seconds depending on the tenderness. Rolling up and down, feeling that tender spot. Good job. The next exercise we're going to do with the foam roller is we're going to inhibit our erector spinae. So the client's going to sit with the top of his glute on the foam roll, using his body weight as pressure, and he's going to have his arms crossed over his chest or his hands behind his ears with his elbows out, opening up that chest. And here's go, or across his back. And he's going to roll from the top of his glute to the mid-back until he finds that most tender point. I want to do it on the side too, just to give a better demonstration. So again, he's sitting at the top of his glute on the foam roll. Arms crossed, rolling from the top glute to the mid-back, feeling for that most tender point, and holding for 30 seconds. Good job. Next we're going to lengthen our hip flexors and erector spinae. To do that, I'm going to have my client do the kneeling hip flexor stretch. So he's going to kneel down with one leg up in a 90-degree angle. His other leg also in a 90-degree angle. Standing nice and tall. Making sure there's a straight line between his shoulders, hips, and knee. And he's going to really stretch out that hip flexors by squeezing his posterior glute and holding that for 30 seconds. Now to progress this and to make a little bit more resistance for the hip flexor, he's going to lift his arm, reaching for the sky, giving that nice pull and stretching out that hip flexor. Good job. And holding for 30 seconds. Next is we're going to stretch out the erector spinae. So the client's going to sit on the floor with his left leg extended. His right leg over top, slightly bent, grabbing his right leg with his left arm and feeling that stretch, holding it for 30 seconds. Perfect. Next we're going to activate our hamstrings with isolated strengthening. Client's going to lay face down on the floor. He's going to put a dumbbell between his feet. He's going to slowly bring the dumbbell up for a 2-second hold, activating glutes and bicep femoris. Bring it back down for a 4-second count. Again, and up, 2-second hold, and then back down. Really focusing on those hamstrings. Good job. Okay, next we're going to activate our gluteus maximus medius, which is found to be really weak with this condition. The client's going to lay over top of the BOSU with his hips kind of the center of the BOSU. And he's going to make sure he's going to posterior tilt his hips so he doesn't have an arched back. He's going to lift one leg up about 5 inches off the ground, holding it for a 2-second count, and then bringing it back down for 4 seconds, activating that gluteus, and back down. You can do that for 15 to 20 reps on each leg with a 2-second isometric hold and 4-second eccentric, making sure there's not a big arch in the back. Good job. Next we're going to activate our core, which is also very weak with this condition. So he's going to lay prone to the floor, doing the prone plank so his elbows are directly under his shoulders. He's on his toes, lifting himself up, maintaining a neutral spine, pulling that belly button into the spine, activating that core, and holding for 30 seconds. Good job. Perfect. Now we're going to integrate all those muscles into one exercise by doing the squat with overhead press. Client's going to stand with feet shoulder width apart, nice and straight. Okay, and then dumbbells are up by the ears. He's going to put all his weight in his heels as he goes down to a squat. And then pushing back through his heels, pushing the dumbbells straight up to the sky, and then back down. Repeating for 1 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps, nice, slow, and controlled.